Everybody. It's good to be here with you. I am going to talk a little bit today about an issue called leptin resistance. I want to talk and help you to understand why you possibly could be not losing weight like you think you should based off of how much you're exercising and based off of how little you're eating. And then I'm also going to try to determine or help you to determine what you can do to try to fix that. If you're feeling hungry, if you're feeling tired, if your body isn't dropping weight like you should, some of this, or like it should, some of this information may help you a great deal. As I mentioned in my last podcast where I was talking about fasting and detoxing, I have been studying one of the certifications that I've been going through is Mind Body Green, and it is a functional nutrition coach. So it's basically taught by functional medicine doctors, which I strongly believe in because it's something that's really made a big difference in my health with having an autoimmune disease. So I'm going to read an article, just as I did on that last one, from Mind Body Green and from one of the doctors that instructs with Mind Body Green about leptin resistance. I want you guys to kind of hear some of these details, and then I want to break some of those details down for you and try to kind of help you to understand where you could be going wrong if you're consistently feeling fatigue, if you're consistently feeling hunger, in addition to the fact if your weight loss is stalled and you just can't seem to get any more weight off. So the first thing is the question is leptin resistance making you exhausted and causing your weight gain? As a culture, we are seriously obsessed with dieting and losing weight. Social media, television, and bookstores are filled with endless ways to drop pounds and to get a six pack. Yet, despite all of the information and the fitness centers at our fingertips, we are the heaviest, sickest generation in human history. When it comes to weight loss, we've got it all wrong. In functional medicine, we know the truth, and this is so good. I love this paragraph. The weight gain is a symptom, not the cause of health problems. We have to get healthy to lose weight, not lose weight to get healthy. Weight loss resistance is a sign that something is going on underneath the surface and can rarely be solved in the long term by just another fad diet. We need to ditch dieting and get healthy first. Then we will reach our goal weight and look great without all the effort. Weight loss will come simply just by the natural byproduct of radiant health. This is the way that I do nutrition. I've always promoted health first. So let's figure out a way to get you feeling great first. When we get you feeling great first, you are going to be looking great if you're feeling great. So if you're walking around foggy brained, if you're walking around bloated, if you're walking around with allergies, if you're walking around with gut issues, um, I want to help you to understand that you really can change those things if you can get yourself to a position to where you can start focusing on your health more than weight loss. So take your eyes off the macros a little bit and start focusing on why do I have allergies? Why do I have stomach aches? Why do I have bloating? Why do I have joint pain? Why am I swollen all the time? That's really where things need to be focused on first and foremost. Then beyond that part, then we start getting the weight loss because you will not get weight loss if you're walking around hystematic and swollen. So this particular doctor's name is William Cole, and he's a functional medicine practitioner. He says, "Let me allow me to introduce you to what's called leptin resistance. If you haven't done much research on leptin, I would highly recommend that you do. One of the most common reasons my patients have a difficult time losing weight is because of something called leptin resistance. And until you deal with this underlying hormonal imbalance, losing weight will always be a struggle. What the heck is leptin resistance, you ask? Leptin is a hormone produced by your fat cells. And many people don't realize that fat cells aren't just some unsightly source of insecurity that jiggle and make clothes tighter. They're actually a super intelligent part of your hormone system. Leptin resistance is a disruption in the balance of this particular hormone, leptin. One of leptin's jobs is to tell your brain to use the body's fat stores for energy. Leptin leptin resistance occurs when leptin is not recognized by the body, specifically the hypothalamic cells of your brain. Your body then thinks it's in starvation mode, which makes it want to store more fat. Welcome to weight loss resistance. You could look at a food and gain weight with leptin resistance. This hormone imbalance is one of the most common hidden drivers of weight gain that I find in patients. So if you live in the gym and eat like a rabbit but can't lose weight, underlying leptin resistance should be ruled out. Here's how you can become leptin resistant. So, what causes the brain cells to be resistant in leptin? The short answer, inflammation. There are a ton of problems caused by chronic inflammation, and leptin resistance is another to add to the list. Inflammation dulls the brain's leptin receptor sites, causing the body to produce more leptin to, in effect, scream at the brain to pick up what the fat cells are throwing down. It is this impaired signaling by inflammation, like a couple with bad communication skills, that drives leptin resistance. What are the symptoms of high leptin? As if trouble losing weight and keeping weight off wasn't enough, high leptin levels are also associated with fatigue and histamine intolerance. So again, you're having a difficult time losing weight, but yet you're having to take an allergy medication. You're having to take a medication for your stomach. You're having to take a medication for your joints. You're having to take a medication for your skin. You need to get to the root of all those problems before you worry about the macro diet, okay? And before you worry about, am I getting too many carbs, not enough carbs? Before you worry about doing double cardio, you need to get to the root of those causes. And that may be an elimination diet. That may be a diet to be able to get out of those problems, but you can't go on a diet that is diety and expect that you're going to immediately lose weight if you have all of those problems that I just mentioned, because you're too histamatic, first of all, and you're going to stay swollen for that reason, and you're too inflamed. And you're going to stay swollen for that reason, and none of your systems are going to work appropriately. Your leptin resistance quiz. If you answer yes to more than one of these, I suggest you find out if you're leptin resistant. Is it difficult for you to lose weight? That's one. Number two, when you go on a diet, can you drop some pounds but still look flabby? Number three, do you hold on to weight in your midsection no matter how much you try to lose it? Number four, do you have trouble keeping weight off? Number five, are you constantly hungry? Number six, do you crave sugary foods and get hangry if you don't get your fix? Number seven, are you stressed out a lot? Number eight, do you have high triglycerides? Number nine, do you have high blood pressure? Your leptin resistance reversal guide is to find out for sure. This doctor runs a simple blood test to measure leptin levels. Optimal fasting leptin levels should be between 4 to 6 NG/DL. The reason why this lab is not most commonly run in the mainstream medicine is that there is no medication for it. If there was, everyone would be tested for leptin. If you're looking for a doctor that can test you for leptin levels, if you're wanting a proactive preventative care doctor that's thinking on these terms, I go to Dr. Richard Bly, B-L-I-G-H, Dr. Bly, B-L-I-G-H, MD.com. He's phenomenal. This is exactly what he would do. It's right up his alley. Clean up your sleep habits. DVR Jimmy Fallon. Turn off your smartphone and get yourself to bed. People with poor sleep habits and subsequent altered circadian rhythms have increased rates of leptin resistance. Don't eat too late. For better leptin balance, avoid the late night snacks. Eating after 8 p.m. has been associated with higher leptin levels and weight gain in various research studies. Calm your life. Stress is no bueno for your health in so many ways, but high levels of stress and cortisol definitely increase leptin. Another reason to bring some mindfulness and self-care into your life. You can thank me later. Get your omegas. A healthy intake of omega fats from wild-caught fish is one of the best ways to balance out leptin levels. Plant-based omega fats such as flax oil can also be fine to bring into your routine, but the bioavailability can be low for people struggling with leptin resistance. I also recommend orthomolecular omegas. Dr. Bly sells that in his office. Orthomolecular is a good brand for those, taking that daily. Also, O'Fallon Nutrition would be a great place. They don't sell orthomolecular, but I would definitely trust. I can't think of the brand that they sell, but O'Fallon Nutrition would be a good location for those omegas as well, and that's local as well. Calm your inflammation. Since inflammation is one of the main factors in leptin resistance, bring anti-inflammatory foods into your routine. So, what is an anti-inflammatory diet? That's what I do with a person. That's why I work with someone for 6 months because I reduce inflammation and histamine levels in the beginning. I don't write a macronutrient list. I don't make people count. I don't make people do my fitness pal. I try to reduce inflammation. I try to reduce histamine levels by changing your food and balancing your nutrients to where you have the right amount of protein, the right amount of fat, and the right amount of carbs, not allowing you to get any blood sugar spikes, making sure that you're eating consistent enough to stabilize your blood sugar, and also incorporating some appropriate fasting when necessary to get a proper detoxification in the body. Weight gain is a symptom, but it's not always about the macros, okay? It's about what is in your food. And if people, in my opinion, put more focus on what was in their food instead of how many carbs, how many fats, and how many calories it is, or how many sugar grams it is, it would make such a difference in their health because it's those bad ingredients that are actually causing the inflammation that's ultimately causing the leptin resistance, and it's putting someone in a position to where they're not able to stay committed to a diet. So, in my opinion, what you eat and what is in it is just as important to how much of it that you have. Certain foods damage our body's ability to know when it's full. Try eating 1,000 calories of beef, of steak, 1,000 calories of it, and then try eating 1,000 calories of carbs or sugar. Rather it would be dessert, rather it be bread, rather it be chips, rather it would be crackers. Try eating 1,000 calories of it. The meat, you'll make yourself sick, and you'll have a point where you cannot eat anymore. The carbs, you will probably still be able to eat even though you're super bloated and full. And a half hour to an hour later, when your insulin dumps, you'll be ready to take on more, even though you're miserably uncomfortable in your stomach. Understand that leptin resistance is a real thing, and recognizing that your hormones could be thrown off, and that balancing your food and eating an anti-inflammatory diet and an antihistamine diet can actually change that. It can make a world of a difference in how you feel every single day. This is what I do. I have a 6 month program where I work with people, and I truly try to help them to get onto an anti inflammatory diet. I try to help them to get on an antihistamine diet. Of course, what amount of carbs we have, we take that into consideration. Every person handles that differently. Every person handles a certain amount of fat differently or a certain amount of protein differently. Everybody needs different ratios. But if you're only focusing on the ratios and you're not focusing on the ingredients, I'm telling you, you by all means are going to end up continuing to feel hungry, tired, craving sugar, having a negative gut environment, likely having small intestinal bacteria overgrowth or yeast overgrowth, walking around brain fog. I love this paragraph. I'm going to read it to you one more time. In functional medicine, we know the truth that weight gain is a symptom, not the cause of health problems. We have to get healthy to lose weight, not lose weight to get healthy. Weight loss resistance is a sign of something is going on underneath the surface, and that can rarely be solved in the long term by just another fad diet. We need to ditch dieting and get healthy first. When then we'll reach our goal and will look great without all the effort. Weight loss will simply be a natural byproduct of radiant health. This is exactly what I tell people. I can work with you on your nutrition. I can help you through a ketogenic diet. I can help you through a carnivore diet. I can help you through a paleo diet. But at the end of the day, if you don't learn the foundation of the why behind why you need to eat healthy, the balance, if you don't learn about insulin control and understanding spiking insulin and what happens, what kind of inflammation you create from that spiking, if you don't understand what high histamine producing foods are and what that does to your body, if you're not dealing with skin issues, joint issues, muscle issues, gut issues, any type of allergy issue, if you're not dealing with that and you're just on a diet, there is something underlying wrong with you, and that diet is only going to get you so far, and it's only going to be so effective for you. For more information on leptin resistance, this article was from Mind Body Green, and it's by functional medicine practitioner William Cole. And it is just right out there in Google if you want to look it up. Mind Body Green is the company that I'm going through a functional nutrition health coach certification, and I'm learning from functional medicine doctors every day. It is phenomenal information, and my perspective has broadened considerably. It's a lot of the same thinking I've had for years, but it's amazing to hear doctors talk about it because for years I have actually had clients come in and their doctors are not suggesting that they should avoid gluten. They're not suggesting that they should avoid dairy. They're not suggesting that they should pay any attention to meat curing agents and MSG, mostly because the doctors have not been informed of that themselves and they're actually eating it themselves. They were not taught nutrition. That's not their skill set. That's not their backdrop. And so you really can't even blame them. Functional medicine doctors definitely take a nutritional approach, or they work with people like me and they couple with people like me to be able to have me do the nutrition, and then they take care of the rest of the medicine for them. And the reality is that we communicate and we get people to a place where they can actually see, real true change that lasts a lifetime. For more information on a 6-month nutrition program with myself here at Integrity Training Systems, you can take a look at our website at integritytrainingsystems.com, or for a free personal fitness assessment with a personal trainer, just to understand what structural issues you may have, to go through some foam rolling, some stretching, and mobility exercises. You can give us a call at 636-299-2208. I hope this information helped you. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.